can taste you, I can taste your words. I can taste.
Hello, my name is Sharon Copeland. I'm the Nutrition Education Coordinator at MCFI, and today we're starting our cooking demos. We're going to be making a Southwest chicken quesadilla to celebrate National Dairy Month. So let's get started here. So first, we're going to start roasting our vegetables and our chicken. I'm going to turn on the oven here, or not the oven, the stove top. Now, whenever you're making chicken, you always want to put it over medium to high heat. The reason why is we want to make sure that the chicken cooks evenly, but you don't want to scald it. So we're going to start off by putting our chopped chicken here. Then we're going to add in some diced green bell peppers. Next, we're going to put in some already cooked black beans. And to top it off, we're going to add in some corn. So the original recipe calls for spinach, but we're going to be doing some green bell peppers today instead, because I think it fits a little bit better, but everybody does it their own way. We're going to be putting our nice seasoning blend over the top and allowing this to cook down. All right, so as our food cooks down, I'm going to talk a little bit about it today. So these quesadillas are a great source of potassium, folate, vitamin A, and also they have calcium in them. The calcium is great for our bone health, for our body health, and just our overall skin too. So calcium is really good for you. Vitamin A, as everyone knows, is good for your eyes. And potassium helps your whole body, especially your heart health. So as we kind of shuffle them around here, you want to make sure that you get the seasonings all the way through by folding the vegetables and the food over. We want to make sure that we roast it a little bit, giving everything a second to kind of be on the grill bottom, and let that sit. So we have some burrito tortillas here. Now you can use smaller tortillas if you'd like to be able to make more individual quesadillas, but the burrito tortillas are good if you want to make the huge, more fulfilling ones. We're going to take a little bit of lime here and squeeze the fresh juice on top, kind of add a little zest to the flavor. And I'm going to take one more lime wedge and add a little bit more zest to the flavor. All right, stir that all the way through. Turn the heat down a little bit. So now that you see that the green bell peppers are cooked some, they're starting to brown a bit. We see that our chicken's starting to brown a bit, and that we have that nice even smoky look to it. Now we know that our vegetables are done. I did pre-cook these vegetables though, so going forward, if you get anything out of a can, it's always a good idea to fill up a pan with water, let it boil, and then add the vegetables to it, and that way it can cook a little bit more evenly later. All right, so we're going to move this pan off. Be very careful whenever you're working with an open flame. Always move things away from yourself. All right, so transitioning over. Letting the pan heat up for a second. Now we're going to spray a coat to cook our tortillas. And like I said, these are burrito-sized tortillas. So lay the first one in there. We're going to be adding our shredded cheese. Add a fine layer there to kind of add that stickiness, get a little grip to it. obviously cheese is celebrating National Dairy Month. That's why we're doing quesadillas. And we want to say a little shout out, happy shout out, thank you to our dairy farmers, especially here in Wisconsin. All right, so on the bottom, the quesadilla is cooking and it's starting to warm up. So we're going to add a little bit of our filling there. You want to make sure it's nice and even. Try to get an even layer so it's not too chunky. And it's so beautiful. It's really pretty color. Nice and colorful with the green peppers. I think it really brings in a nice color. Gives it a real Southwest vibe. All right, and we'll go back over with the rest of our cheese. Once again, you want to have like kind of an even layer because we're going to try to flip the tortilla. All right, so we're going to place our other tortilla on the top here. And there's different ways that you can try to flip this. The way I'm going to try today is we're going to use two. We're going to use our pan, scooper, and here, go underneath, and work together, and flip it over. Now there are so many ways that you can do this. Obviously that was not the best way, but there are a lot of different ways that you can try it. Some people even take a spatula, pick it up, and flip the pan over. I think there's so many different ways, but they all get the job done. All right, so now the quesadilla is starting to brown on this side. And to be able to tell if it's done, you'll notice that the cheese is sticky. And you'll also notice that the tortilla on the bottoms are browned. So I'm going to turn the heat back up a little bit more just to finish cooking the tortilla. So another fun fact about this tortilla is that it actually has a lot of folate in it. And some people say that folate is the 9th B vitamin, even though there are only 8 B vitamins. That's a little bit of a nerdy fun fact, but I think it's really silly and really fun. So keep an eye out for folate. So now our tortilla is starting to brown on the bottom. I'm just checking around the edges to make sure that it's an even browning. Now some people let it brown for a long time, but know that the longer you cook a tortilla, the harder it's going to be. So if you don't want it to be a very crunchy, hard tortilla, you can go ahead and get ready to take it off. All right, so now that it's browned on the bottom, it's ready. We're going to turn the heat off. I'm going to move this pan over a little bit. That way we have a clear landing zone here. I'm going to pick it up. Take the tortilla. Place it on the cutting board. All right, we're going to take our big knife here and evenly press down. It has such a nice crunch to it. Do you hear the nice crunch? So, can move it over some. And there we go. We have a nice southwestern quesadilla. There we go. Thank you guys for watching today. I really appreciate you for joining me during this cooking demo, and I'll see you guys next time.